Nou, we're here at plug.eu in Brussels, and we're looking at all the interesting startups and companies which are here in Europe. And I'm talking here to Joanne Celens from Synthetron. And you love discussion, right? You love to facilitate discussions.
I'm fascinated by social discussions.
You're fascinated by
Yeah, I'm fascinating about what the interaction brings to people and what you can get out of it, what the insight is that large groups of people can produce.
Yeah. And you're fascinated so much that you created a platform for it, where a large group of people, small group, big groups, can discuss online in an hour session. And basically you have a method that the most strongest idea, the strongest feeling, the strongest conceptions come up on that. How does it work?
I just want to say, not only me, it was a whole team, and
yeah, 12 people, right?
Yeah, but I co-founded it with 3 other people, and
so 3 other people. She's not the only one. 3 other people. We said that. Yeah. I know it's important.
To be fair, I'm a woman.
Yeah, you're a woman. A man would say, "I started this." Oh yeah, by the way, there were some. Yeah, but you started with 3 other people.
Yes, and what we started actually from the business world, where we found out that a lot of information is there but didn't come up to decision makers for all kind of reasons.
Really? I thought that decision makers always heard everything.
No, and that's where synthetron comes from. With a set of features, the discussion is anonymous. You don't know who you're talking to. The discussion is large scale because you want to reach out to a lot of people. And it is collaborative, that people talk to each other in a I'm talking to you, you're talking to me, we get a conversation. But everything you write, it's a chat, text.
Yeah, it's mostly text. There's a chat based, and it's totally online and totally anonymous.
Totally online, totally anonymous. 1,000 people with a collaborative filtering, which means that amongst themselves, the people will filter out the most important ideas. And
so I have a nice idea. I say, oh, we should do this. Then how does that idea go through the chain?
Well, you have a direct neighbors assigned to you, 4 direct neighbors, and they will agree with you this time. And so that idea becomes what we call a synthetron. A tron, an element of synthesis. And it's the first element of synthesis, so it has acquired the right to be presented to the neighbors of the neighbors. They keep on agreeing with you, well, then it goes on to the neighbors of the neighbors. If for some reason the idea isn't strong enough or good enough or not well presented enough, it will stop and die and not migrate.
Yeah, or I can restart it again and go from there. So you use that to have thousands of people discussing a particular subject, and good ideas come out of it, and the whole session takes an hour. What kind of clients have used that so far?
The clients are twofold. It's companies and organizations that use it for internal communication and finding out and keeping the finger on the pulse, and external communication, where it's governments, NGOs,
like
especially the Dutch government, VROM, and cities in the Netherlands, and the provincie Limburg, with the Flemish government, the Canadian government.
They've used online collaboration discussion tools already. Do we feel that they really know what we're talking about, what we think is important? I don't know, but it's certainly not because of your platform that they don't know that. What other companies?
Companies are the big multinationals to mid-cap multinationals. It's the Shell and the Philips of these world. And then you go to smaller companies that have a stretch on over the world.
Yeah. And AWB also used it?
AWB is one of these non-governmental organizations or kind of who used it, and they used it to listen to their members following a big review they did on the price setting proposal for mobility in the Netherlands, and they wanted to find out more in depth what people really think and what's behind the results of this.
What were the results?
That I can't tell you. They're the ownership of the client.
We'll hear from AWB. How do you price a discussion like that? How does it work?
Well, the price depends on the bigness of the discussion, the scale of it. Is it many?
The amount of users.
The amount of users, and how many discussions you do in a project. So often you do many projects, and whether yes or no, there's a lot of service added to it. Because.
But is it like €1,000, €5,000, or €10,000, or €20,000 a discussion?
A typical project, a small one would be 5,000, and a big one is 100,000. So it depends on the scale, really.
Yeah. And you do a project or you do a platform?
We do both. Some of our clients actually have a license and they use it themselves, but I would say that majority of our clients still use it as in a project basis end to end.
Okay. Synthetron, Joanne Celens, the Chief Executive Officer of Synthetron. Massive discussion online. Thank you.
Thank you.
She's laughing. She's laughing.